Now, there is a bench warrant out for Eve right now because she ignored her subpoena. So the cops are looking for her, and I want to find her first.
I can't help you. I haven't seen her.
Victor, I know for a fact that Eve called Serena from here last night, so she was here. So stop denying it.
I cannot deny what I do not know.
All right, stop it. Just stop harassing him, okay? Now listen, Victor, Scott is on a mission to find Eve so he can protect her. That's not my mission. What I want to do is help Kevin make sure that he doesn't get in trouble for harboring a fugitive, all right? So, was anything obvious to you about Eve making a phone call from here yesterday? Did you see her?
No, unless Monk let her in here when I was off at the karaoke bar.
Did anything out of the ordinary happen?
No, I helped him pack. He left. That's it.
Okay. At the courtroom earlier, you said that Kevin was going on a conference to Rochester?
Yeah, a symposium on alternative psychotropic medicine.
Oh, well, when did he leave?
Last night.
When did he book this conference? Like a month ago, a week ago, when?
It was yesterday. He was very lucky there was an opening left.
He's with Eve.
Look at this place. It's still in such great shape. Oh, look at this cool old phone. Hey, it works.
Well, there's a caretaker who keeps the place up, takes care of the summer bookings, things like that.
You must have had a great time here as a kid.
Actually, I was pretty young when I was here. I don't remember that much about it.
Oh, it's too bad.
Frankly, the memories I do have are pretty unpleasant.
Well, unpleasant memories I understand. Every time I close my eyes, I relive those moments in the more cooler.
You'll be safe here. Believe me, no one who knows me will look for me on Jasmine Island.
Thanks for hiding me away from the boogeyman.
No thanks necessary. I don't think I could handle it if someone else died.
Kevin, listen. I'm out of danger because of you. But you could be in danger because of me.
You mean Lucy was right and you're the killer after all?
Come on, Kevin, listen, I'm serious. Look at Scott. He could be charged with obstruction of justice for helping me. Now, I don't want to compromise you the way that I compromised him.
You haven't.
There could be a warrant out for my arrest. You could be aiding a fugitive.
Well, how could I be aiding a fugitive if I have no knowledge of a warrant?
Kevin, go back to Port Charles. If I get caught, I'll tell him that you told me about this place a long time ago and I came here all by myself.
Someone tried to kill you, Eve. I want to make sure that you're safe.
Can I at least say thank you again?
If it makes you feel better.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Listen, I should make an appearance at the conference just to make this look real. I don't want anyone to get suspicious about my trip. Why don't you try and get some sleep? I won't be long.
Okay.
You know, I thought you said this was Eve's room.
Well, it is.
Then what are your clothes doing in her closet?
I needed the extra space, that's all.
Have you been doing some home improvements, Doc?
Yeah, I started to put in some shelves, but got too busy at the hospital.
You know, did I mention that the lab found traces of putty and drywall in the pizza box? Now, what do you say the odds are of my getting a match between this gypsum and the stuff in that box?
Beats me.
Well. You know, Mr. Fix-It, water-based paint will completely conceal oil-based paint. There's writing on this wall.
Well, I marked the wall up when I was measuring the shelves.
From what I can see, the names of the victims are written here.
What? No, those are just scratches. They don't mean a thing.
Scratches. Well, you know, from what I've seen so far, I've got enough to arrest you.
Arrest me? For what? Felony home repair?
I think you and I need to go downtown and have a little chat.
I can't. I have to get to the hospital. I'm supposed to assist
That
them
wasn't an invitation.
I'm no killer, Garcia.
I never said you were. Have a seat.
Well, then what am I being charged with?
Tampering with evidence.
Because I redid a closet?
This is an amateur night at the comedy club, Doc. So cut the bad jokes.
Ooh, tough crowd.
And the attitude. You destroyed evidence. And if Eve is guilty and you're covering for her, you could be charged as accessory to murder. Both are felonies.
You know, you're real good with the scare tactics. But I'm innocent.
Felons don't get to practice medicine, Doc.
I want to speak to an attorney.
Is Dr. Kevin Collins registered? He is.
Where? Where? Is he in his room at a meeting?
Is he in a seminar now? Okay. Would you give him a message? Would you make sure that he calls home? It's very, very important. Thank you. Goodbye.
So, what did they say?
They can't get him until he goes back to his room. Your story checks out, though.
Well, duh. Of course it checks out. I would have no reason to lie to you.
I think you would lie about what you had for breakfast.
I beg your pardon.
Stop.
Hello? What? I'll be right there.
What?
Miss Ramsey was just arrested. I've got to go down there and deal with that.
Aha. So they got him, at least.
Oh, come on. Now, don't go jumping to conclusions here. When Kevin calls, will you have him call me? Thank you.
Of course, mein Captain. I live to say... That man is terminally socially challenged.
Victor, listen. Now that terminally socially challenged man has left, we need to talk, okay? I need you to confide in me. Do you know where Eve is?
Lucy, has the green-eyed monster got the better of you again?
No, this isn't about jealousy. Eve could really be the true killer.
I saw the true killer. I saw Julie Devlin strangle Grace Sullivan, even though nobody believes me.
Okay. I don't want to argue. I just want you to promise me you will call me if you hear from Kevin. Promise.
Well, Monk's safety is top priority. I'll let you know if I hear anything.
Okay. Okay. That's good. Thanks. Oh, I'll talk to you soon.
Eve? Eve? Hello, Victor. Is the lighthouse still standing?
Well, at the moment, it's faring much better than I.
Why do you say that?
Are you on the lam with Eve?
Victor, why would you even get the idea that we were together?
Apparently, Eve made a telephone call to Serena from here in the lighthouse, and the call showed up on phone company records.
All right. Eve is with me because she's scared. Someone tried to kill her.
She's wanted by the police. Lucy says...
Yeah, I can imagine what Lucy says.
Well, what about you? Are you all right?
I'm fine, Victor. But I want you to promise me that you won't tell anyone.
Wait a minute. Those bird cries. I'd know that sound anywhere. Those are loons. You're on Jasmine Island.
Now, let's not jump to conclusions. There are loons all over this state.
Mark, you shouldn't be there. That's a very dangerous place.
Victor, I'm fine. Don't worry about me. But I want you to promise me that you won't tell anyone that we're here, especially Lucy and Scott.
Monk.
I need a father I can count on, Victor.
All right. I promise I won't tell anyone.
Thank you. I have to go.
Monk, son, listen to me. You have to leave that terrible place before some... Monk?
Mother?
All right, Garcia. What's my client being charged with?
You. Man, this is beautiful. All right, your newest client's being charged with tampering with evidence.
On what grounds?
I've got an eyewitness, so I'm dumping evidence.
What evidence?
Well, it seems your ex, Eve Lambert, kept a collection of souvenirs of the general homicide victims in her closet.
What does this have to do with Ramsey?
He tried covering for her by dumping the entire collection in a medical waste bin at the hospital.
Garcia, this is a high-profile case, you know, and sometimes people like to go out and collect things, you know. It's sick, but collecting and dumping and hoarding, it's not a crime. What else have you got on him?
These are trophies connected to the murders, Scott. Add that to the other evidence against Eve, and I'd say I'm right on target.
Yeah, but we're not talking about Eve, we're talking about him.
Really?
Yeah.
I get the two confused because it's not looking good for either one of them right now. It appears that the wrong person's on trial.
Yeah, your case against Julie is falling apart, isn't it, Garcia? Huh? So you're out there beating the bushes there looking for another suspect. Well, leave my clients alone. In fact, get out, because I want to talk to him right now.
Oh, by the way, if you're hiding Eve, add that as another strike against you.
The truth, Ramsey. Give me the truth. Whatever you say, attorney-client privilege. Did Eve collect those things?
Yeah.
And you tried to get rid of them?
I figured she had to have an explanation for them. I didn't want the police to find it.
Why?
Because I care about her, Scott. No matter what she's done.
You think that Eve could be the killer, don't you?
I didn't say that.
But you're thinking it, Ramsey, aren't you?
One promise too many. What to do? What to do?
I just want you to promise me you will call me if you hear from Kevin. Promise.
I'll call.
But I want you to promise me that you won't tell anyone that we're here, especially Lucy and Scott.
I promise.
Eve could really be the true killer.
I need a father I can count on, Victor.
If I break my promise to Monk, he may never trust me again. If I don't tell Lucy, maybe something terrible will happen to my son.
Hello?
This isn't easy for me. I made a promise to Monk.
Are you calling because you've heard from him?
Yes. Monk called me.
Thanks.
What happened? You looked like you saw a ghost, and then you said mother.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scare you.
Oh, it's okay. I just wasn't sure what was going on.
That makes two of us.
Do I look like your mother?
No, not at all. Actually, you were standing in the dark, so it must have been your position or something. It just triggered a memory.
Of what?
My childhood. Eve, ever since I came back to this country, I've been haunted by visions from that time. Well, flashbacks don't scare me the way they used to, but they can still shake me up quite a bit.
I can imagine.
Eve, my mother was a horrible person. She was an abusive woman who molested my brother Ryan.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, well. At the time, I thought there was just some reason she showered all this attention on Ryan, and I was just ignored. Well, one day, my brother was outside playing, and I pretended to be him. We used to be able to do that. I just wanted to know what it was my mother and my brother would do for all that time. Well, I learned.
Did she hurt you?
No, she could tell from my reaction that I wasn't Ryan.